Al, I am to say that I'm heartbroken over the matter is to say that I'm a happy person. I don't know how to express my gratitude towards you making this particular video. Hold on, I need more light. There we go. The complexities of living a life with a pet are always sometimes undervalued by many people. Parents try to encourage their children not to get involved with pets if they are incapable or unwilling of taking care of them. Um, I'll give you an example on point myself. I wanted a cat so bad we adopted one from the Moncton SPCA. This was almost 30 years ago. I was maybe 6 or 7 at the time, and Smurf became a valued member of the family. In fact, so much so that my dad, who didn't want to take care of the cat, and my mom the same thing, my dad started taking care of the cat as if it was one of his. Mostly because we kind of drifted away from our chores of wanting to take care of the litter box and everything else, and he just couldn't fathom anyone else wanting to do it. But truth be told, my dad developed a very deep bond with Smurf, and hasn't been the same since Smurf passed away. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna try to touch two things, and I beg your indulgence for anyone who is willing to listen to this. I'm pro-pet when it comes to letting pets live, but I also have seen the side of veterinarian medicine that many do not get a chance to even explore for 1 week of my life, where I assisted the veterinarian, I assisted the technicians, I assisted the veterinarian secretary, and I became a member of the veterinarian hospital. For me, that hospital was l'Hôpital Régional du Haut-Madawaska, l'Hôpital Vétérinaire du Haut-Madawaska, which is located in Saint-Jacques, if I remember correctly. I haven't been there since Smurf passed away. Now, unfortunately, I did not bring my cat to have him put down. My dad had to. For the fact that I couldn't face it. At the very least, there is one thing that we have to be grateful for, is that when we have pets in our lives that are suffering due to incurable diseases or diseases that we are not capable of curing due to lack of money. Unfortunately, this is the one thing. There's pet insurance that exists to assist dogs, but you have to read the fine print with pet insurance, because it may not mean that your dog or cat or pet is covered against specific diseases. Taking care of your cat and having a yearly checkup over at the vet is very important. The same with dogs and cats. If the dogs and cats that you own are not going to be kept for breeding purposes, have them spayed and neutered. And I can, for one, tell you that pets being spayed or neutered is literally not cruel. In fact, they almost don't bleed. This is not a joke. I've assisted on both cats and dogs, female and male cats and dogs, to see them spayed and neutered, and it was amazing to see it in action. I mean, for the tomcat or for the male dog, it's just quick. There's no disinfectant, no needle, no nothing. They cut along it's called the white line, and along that line there's almost no blood. I think the most I saw was from a 90-pound bitch being operated on, which, after shaving her fur, scrubbing the area, disinfecting, unfortunately for females it's a little bit more than males. Males, it's outside. Females, they have to go inside with a metal hook, both for cats and dogs, and they have to catch the fallopian tube so that they can actually do the operation. Um, the amount of blood was maybe a drop, and I'm not exaggerating. Many people don't take that into their control, which should be, because they're the owners of the cat and dog or whatever other pet. But there's too many things that you can start doing that are so easy. Keeping an eye out on your cat and dog and treating them as a member of the family. Unfortunately, a pet is not an object. Even if in the USA, dogs and cats from a foreclosed house that are locked in are considered items belonging to the bank that decided to foreclose the house. I'm not making this up. Here in Canada, the laws are a little bit more humane when it comes to that. The banks don't seize any living entities. They only seize the actual house. Al, I really wish that I'd be closer to you to be able to sit down and discuss this at greater length with you. Because I've yet to meet a man who's capable of living with that point of view and be at ease with it. I'm happy that you are. There's probably more men out there that actually don't admit it, but I for one admit that I absolutely adore cats and dogs. Unfortunately, I have taken the current decision of not adopting any cat or dog for the simple fact that all the money I'm making is sufficient enough just for me and the upkeep of the house and the bills. I'm single. I have the mortgage to pay, home lease, not home lease, home insurance, car lease, electricity bills, phone bills, cable bills. And even then, cable, it's the basic package. If I had more money in my bank account and if I could afford it, the day that happens is the day that I will adopt a cat. But even then, my house is small enough that I'm afraid that the cat might go stir crazy. Same with a dog. Dogs are like children. They need to be taken care of. You can't leave them alone. You can't... unless you want a dog that develops emotional issues and suddenly decides that they want to snap at people. They need to be... They're social animals. They need to be involved in your family. They need to be involved outside. They need to be walked. They need to go out and do their business. And it's really demanding on people that can't afford to do that. And it's a very big decision. But a lot of people who have taken that decision have also taken everything else under their wing and accepted everything at face value without blinking or shirking their duty. Unfortunately, when it comes to shelters that do not... Well, shelters, I'm surprised that they put down cats or dogs. Veterinarian clinics, some do accept cats or dogs, but for the sake of population and the sake of age, they do need to take the decision of culling cats and dogs. And they usually don't pick randomly. It's based by seniority. The longer a cat or dog stays, the more dependent the cat or dog becomes on the kennel or the shelter. And it becomes an issue, unfortunately. But I do know that an adopted cat, once you meet one that suits your fancy, or an adopted dog, the same thing, rescued from an abusive family or not, makes for a very great pet. Take it from someone who actually had one for 14 and a half years until cancer forced us to take a horrible decision of putting him to sleep. I can at least tell you that euthanasia for cats and dogs is humane. It's not done with cruelty. It's done with all the love and compassion that technicians and vets can provide. It's heartbreaking, though. And for all of those who went through this, I'm sorry. You'll find someone else to love in regards to cat or dog. Have a nice one.